Talking Point platform. TTPTV. Oh yeah. Unale we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as one. For tomorrow, now we go make salute.
The chairman for the Eastern Lions Football Club, Anthony Navu Jr. say, inside the next 3 weeks, then we don't fix artificial turf na the trainer as well for improve the playing facility for the host the Eastern Lions Premier League game them. And today inside the program, the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education and the Tertiary Education Commission go explain the reason why they dissolve the university court and set up special committee for do the work of the university courts.
With this and plenty other stories and different inside the program this morning, remember see the list will live on www.radiodemocracy.sl and self from radio partner them Radio Charlotte 89.5 na Koina Dugan Falabadi Street. Same way so on Radio Maling 88.5, Radio 1G 101.3 na Pujan District, Radio Colente 90.0 na Cambia, Radio Moa 105.5 na Kailang, Bopa Radio na Waterloo, Voice of Dona District, Voice of Kalane na Kamakwe on 98.0. Voice of Maso na Pujan District. The program na Good Morning Saloon where they come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And you the list we want for take part from this program can send in the message on the number 077 981 981.
The program now Good Morning Saloon it come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And merci as the just you self with the listen can go on our Facebook page and drop you comment on issues them we will discuss inside the program Good Morning Saloon, or drop you comment on the number 0779819181 as you get from one power headline stories. And today the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education and the Tertiary Education Commission will explain their own side of the story as to reason why they dissolve the university court and set up special committee for do the work of the court. For sake of that, I want to welcome the program Emmanuel J. Momo Esquire, Director of Higher Education, Minister of Technical and Higher Education. Good morning and welcome to the program Good Morning Saloon.
Yeah, good morning. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Okay, also want to welcome Mr. Josephus Sawyer, we are the Executive Secretary na the Tertiary Education Commission, TEC. Good morning and welcome to the program Good Morning Saloon.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
When I continue for stay with me inside the program, we can shortly. Inside the program, we start for look at issues. We go say the Deputy Minister of Social Welfare, we same way so na the Presidential Task Force, Hajj Task Force Committee, Mohammed Ajikela say, out of the 850 slots where Saloon gets for Hajj this year, now only 100 people don't register so far since the registration starts. He talk this way. I mean, they give updates, but this year Hajj process where he say the registration process don't start na the Saloon Bank complex. Well, Ajikela talk more to we reporter Adeyemi Jackson inside this interview.
Well, certainly yes. We don't start from last month. The process is very clear and simple. We expect people that they want that we want to go Hajj this year. First, they need for going to office na Kington at the bank complex. We'll side them, we'll meet staff them, we will take them through the process, then give them all the forms then for let them complete with them passport details, medical details, as well as the information for let them go pay na bank, Sierra Leone Commercial Bank. Once you don't pay na Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, you bring the receipts, they will put you in the database.
So as we talk now, which stage will the process be?
The process for now, within the initial stage, we collect data. People that want to go, they don't get the intention, say they want to go Mecca. So waiting they do now, people that they go now for go take their forms, then we register them, whether they don't take form, then also they want we get the money now for go pay. We collect the funds and from them we give them slip for let them go pay in a commercial bank.
What are the set of people where the process they target as we talk now?
Well, the process they target anybody with the above the age of 18. Mashallah, we don't make the intention for say this year it go Makkah, it go Hajj. So we cater for young people then up to people then we not really get age limit this. As long as you are Muslim, you get money for pay and you're ready for go Hajj, you're not sick, sickness we will make, we will work out or go through the process system of Hajj, when at the Tawaf, the Umrah, they do the Tawaf, and of course, go Mina and Arafat, for complete the Hajj process. Once God don't give you that strength, no matter how old you are, if the medical officers and the doctors, they say you fit you able, and then kind people that will be target for go.
So this year, Hajj, how many people will not intend for target?
Well, certainly, we initial stages then will be intent for target 1,500. Then we review again, because we also get for risk assess for make sure we will not put any financial burden on the government. We review to 1,200. But because of the slowness of the people, because we're in a salon, mostly Hajj business, we always do it after fast month. But the timetable way Saudi Arabia don't give you at the moment, we not going to wait for fast month. So now, because of that, we don't also review for let we get about 850. But this is not the minimum. But if the number they increase the next couple of months, 1-2 months up to March 31st, then certainly we'll be able to increase that number back to 1,200 or 1,500. But at the moment, we minimum mode they look at now 850, which is then from Sierra Leone, the market this year, inshallah.
After the money where somebody will go out for Hajj, how much of the money will that person for pay?
Again, this year the money go up small from 6,700 last year to $7,000 this year.
You mentioned say on an initial target maybe 1,500. On a review the process come to 1,200. As we talk, how many people are we already registered?
Well, certainly the target now 850. So far we don't register over 100 people, but the process too slow.
So you not think say the number too small considering the timetable way the ministry get from Saudi Arabia?
Well, the timetable from Ministry of Hajj this year is challenging for every country. But we know say people that will go Hajj, they don't plan for many years, some now 1 year, some then 2 years. They know we just grab to this say that they go Hajj. So we know say people then they, but most times it can happen because of the fast month with people then. Normally, now historical evidence say, well, after fast month, now let God make I go through the fast month, I get well body. After that, I go take the intention now for go Hajj. So we believe, see, people in the, we want to take that traditional route for it after Ramadan. We just start the next couple of days or week. We pray and hope, see, look up to Allah, let it give the strength and the wisdom for let them come forward, let them wait for Ramadan, because if they say they wait for Ramadan for let them register, it will be too late.
Considering the kind money, you not think say perhaps could be the reason why people they drag them food or go register for go Hajj?
Certainly the money will be a factor, but my family for no say the kind Hajj will the conduct in Sierra Leone for all make sure see with people then get the best standard or the best quality of service. We then forget, we then go under one, we they take care of full medical. Would they make sure so they eat well? Would they make sure so they go through all the processes and even the housing quality self? Let it closer to Kaaba or what we call the Haram, the big mosque, and also making sure that all the things that they need from here, secretarial services, then get farewell from the president. Would they take them transportation, local transportation from here to the airport, and also transportation from the airport, Jeddah or Medina, to Usad and go to Makkah and come back. All down these need a lot of money. When we been sit down, the account, they look at the account to bring people and for let their advice. Initially, in fact, it was 7,500. But Alhamdulillah, we get a government with a listing government, president himself and a vice president, then we get for intervene, for review on the. So instead of this 7,500, we for review to $7,000. And that one in a standard price, even it looks slightly low than other countries and they take small number.
The program is still listening to Good Morning Salon. We come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. You will be listening to the Deputy Minister for Social Welfare, Wesimuisu. They na the Presidential Hajj Task Force Committee, Mohammed Ajikela. They talked to Adeyemi Jackson, said that interview. They say out of the 850 slots we Salon get for this year Hajj, now only 100 people register. We people for register. The program Good Morning Salon will continue as you get from Manpower Airline Stories today. The Ministry of Technical and Higher Education and SEF, the Tertiary Education Commission, will explain the side of the story for the dissolvement of the University Court and SEF. setting up of a special committee for run and perform the function of the university courts. People we don't follow Radio Democracy program them. Going to see down the host different players them for Saga this issue we happen between the University of Salone, Ministry of Technical and Higher Education, and yesterday edition of the program Good Morning Salone. We get civil society rep na the program and self we get as a president we state them position. But today we get the ministry we take the decision and also then partner the winner tertiary education commission for explain to Salone people as to why they dissolve the university court. Well, the Minister of Technical and Higher Education, now one way them be done separate from the Ministry of Basic Education under present bill in government, and the role of this now for ensure say they should pretend the running of institutions then Salone and ensure quality na the higher education sector. For Saga that I want to welcome the program Emmanuel J. Momo, the Director of Higher Education, Minister of Technical and Higher Education. Once again, good morning and welcome to the program.
Yeah, good morning.
And also, Alea Bidon, welcome Josephus Sawyer, Executive Secretary, Tertiary Education Commission, where this agency, the established by an Act of Parliament in 2001 for, among other things, accredit higher institutions, ensure quality na the higher education sector, and also advise government on things we get for do with higher education. First, now the representative for the Tertiary Education Commission of the program. Good morning and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salone.
Good morning once again.
Yes, I come to Emmanuel J. Momo from the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education and Director of Higher Education, Ministry of Technical and Higher Education. We inside the program for explain the Ministry of Education then your side as to why then dissolve the university court and set up a body for run a special committee for do the work of the committee. From that background, we are Dongi and yourself, of course, don't they follow 98 discussions then on this issue. Then are the program for talk about on your own side. First of all, for listeners, them one for what's in the latest for this issue. We just give background.
All right. Thank you very much for extending invitation to the Ministry of Technical Higher Education for make people can make the position clear here. Based on waiting yesterday, the ASA president and also the civil society person, we can talk. Well, we don't really, as a ministry, don't say we have resolved this matter. Not a team who can begin again from media publication. But when we listened then yesterday, we actually realized that a lot of misinformation went out there yesterday to the public. And then management demand necessary say we need to come and take our position and also bring it to light, which is why I am here, and I thank you very much for extending that invitation to us. The University Court actually is a creation of an act. If you take a look at the Universities Act Universities Act of 2021, you will find out say Section 11 of that University Act creates the University Court. The University Court now the highest administrative decision-making body in the university, right? So we expect that because now they are the highest administrative decision-making body charged by the Chancellor of the university for actually perform their duty with the aim of attaining the objective of the university. But over the years, actually, as I talk to you, me not be a member with a sit in court instead of the chief education officer. So a lot of things and they really will not be they go well at the university court. And we find out say this, if it continue for go on, actually they do no good to the university. So as a supervising ministry, we deem it necessary say we have to come in and take the action necessary. In the first place, we don't actually get constant meeting with the universities. To start with, the University of Sierra Leone presented their academic calendar of events to us as all other institutions, public institutions. We want for actually go back to the normal academic calendar. That academic calendar, which was presented to us, we see, then we'll get congregation, where for people who listen at graduation, like graduation, for the one that will be done them programs in June last year, 2023, June, July last year, 2023. There's we'll get a graduation day in December 2023. To be specific, 17th, 18th, and 19th of December 2023. That was the academic calendar presented to us. Now we're going to court. When we go to court, then tell we again say, well, because I am pending strike day for ASA, they're not going to meet up that academic calendar. I sat in that court, I tell them, say, well, now this court, now you don't take this decision. ASA strike not for serve as an impediment actually, for me could not go forget this congregation as stipulated. More especially when we don't reach an agreement with ASA, the government is committed fulfilling its obligation with the demands where they make. So why can't we have this congregation if you cannot have it in December? Why we not go get time in January? I appeal to the court. They say, let we get time in January. They say, no, our decision, either we have it in December or in April. Those are the two dates where they don't agree. And they say, the decision is sacrosanct. I appeal to them. I said, this one is not going down well with the students when they wait for graduates. It will not go down well with the parents, and it will go down well with other state actors. So please see reason, if you cannot have it in December, let's have this congregation in January. They say, no, they're not the one. You have a baby university, EBK University. We don't go get your congregation. Recently, we don't come. Last week, we come Jala. Jala don't get a congregation. Eastern Technical University, then they work on the congregation. So we see, I say, really, this one is not good. People then go for look for job. People then go for apply for other studies. And when they come for interview, of course, I mean, I panel interview for international scholarship. You got for actually present your calendar, your original certificate of result before you are considered for that result. Look at what happens at EBK. As in they graduate and they give them the result. When the university actually give original certificate, original copies of result to them they will give. So we say this is not actually good for the image of the university. We have to step in. Another thing, the fees, the other charges, they levy other charges, which will not go through the university court. And the student that come with a complaint to the ministry. So we come, we sit down, we discuss. The administration for them ensure say, then take this one to the FNGPC, that's the Finance and General Purpose Committee, for them to look at them, and also send it to court for approval before ever they go actually levy on student. We only saw that at the WhatsApp. We are shocked. You see, another thing where the university court do, that you see the blatant violation of the University Act. The University Act, it talks say in section 7, subsection 2, paragraph, subsection 3, section 7, subsection 3 of the University Act, it talks say, in the absence of a chancellor, the vice chancellor can act in the stead of the chancellor. Again, I was in that court. You know, the reason why Ministry of Technical Higher Education representing all courts of the universities now forgive advice on policy implementation. Simply with the TEC. So I advise them, there is an express provision that in the absence of the chancellor, the vice chancellor will have to step in. They say no. In fact, we are going to we appoint somebody, we're not to chancellor for making go be deputy chairman of court. I told them that's wrong. You have an express provision. You cannot do that. So you find out say the ministry can go to them courts and they advise them, but they're not listen. They want to always do things their own way.
You don't say plenty. You don't say plenty things, but we will just for make you lay you premise with all what you don't explain. Waiting lay definition the development of the court with the immediate issues that will lead to the dissolvement.
Well, now the financial issue. Now, because of that thing, they ask, you see the lapses in the court. You see the lapses. Then thing they ask what they explain so. Now, then actually lead we for many people can't dissolve that court today. Because the final say they are not working in the interest of the university, in the interest of the students. And anything goes wrong, at the ministry that they can fall on. Now we the ask, because now we actually regulate, now we supervise all public universities in this country. And if we actually look at the educational objective of the government, which is section 9, subsection 1 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone, 1991, and they tell you, say, government is the responsibility of government for making you provide adequate educational opportunities for all citizens of this country. And if you are providing that, we are the agent. Right. So if they are not doing it well, then the Ministry of Technical Higher Education will be held responsible. Now we government will fall apart.
Right. You mentioned, say, the Act provide provision wherein the Vice Chancellor can act if the Chancellor not do. Which are the criteria where Vice Chancellor forget for act in that position?
Well, a lot of times you don't need Vice Chancellor. Now, if for act with the Chancellor not there. Yeah, of course, say for be a chancellor, Vice Chancellor, a professor of the university and that kind of thing as stipulated in the act. You understand? So they say no, the Vice Chancellor not to we not even allow not to info act, they appointed somebody else. And that person I be sit down at the university court, they move motions. So like me, I just tell myself, say, just as a appointment was not statutory, then the motions then, when it be the move, was also equally illegal.
But according to your explanation, that the past years, when the acting Vice Chancellor or not, the vacancy would be filled by the Pro-Chancellor.
All right. So
and these are the same thing happen in this case, but the ministry go ahead and say no to the person way for acting this capacity when a Professor Samai.
All right. So that brings me to another thing. You see, when the court was constituted 5 years back, they began to appoint committees of court. Now that committees of court where they be appoint, where they get for also appoint the deputy chairman of court, where I don't just talk about. So we are expecting that they could have equally appointed a Pro-Vice Chancellor as provided for by the University Act, Section 9, subsection 1. Now the Pro-Vice Chancellor should be appointed by court. So we will expect, say, therefore not appoint the Pro-Vice Chancellor, which they never did. They don't ever do that. So what's happened? We go to court at some point in time where after the appointment of Professor Fudisa by His Excellency to another position. So we now ask, the minister was concerned that a vacuum was created. He asked, do we have a Pro-Vice Chancellor when I for step in immediately after Professor Sadon left? The Chancellor actually say, no Pro-Vice Chancellor. That was a telephone conversation between the minister and the Chancellor.
Is this official conversation or just private conversation?
Private conversation, which she reported to us. The minister reported that to us. So now we also go on a meeting. We ask the registrar. If we find the phone say the registrar now in the custodian of the seal of the university, the statute, and ordinances of the university. So the registrar will ask, do you have a Pro-Vice Chancellor? He said, well, by understanding, they get a Pro-Vice Chancellor. What did that mean? Say that we don't get an understanding among themselves, say, therefore it will be rotational. Okay, granted, okay, by understanding. But me at all, tell me to say, you don't run an institution by understanding. When there is an express provision, as I stated, in section 9, subsection 1 of the Universities Act of 2021. So it is clear. So that the Pro-Vice Chancellor should be appointed. So we are of the view that the Pro-Vice Chancellor was appointed, but he was never appointed. And we asked the registrar, okay, let's grant it for argument's sake. If the Pro-Vice Chancellor was appointed, do you have minutes to that effect? As I speak to you, the registrar not ever produced minutes where that decision was taken, the minute of that meeting, and the University Act says minutes of meetings of court. Always be, in the possession of the registrar, as she is the custodian of those documents.
But according to
those documents to us, she never did. So we said, There is no pro-vice chancellor. And it was on that reason, in fact, the minister went back to the chancellor and said, now there is no pro-vice chancellor, I have to take the decision as a ministry supervising this institution to appoint the acting VC and P, which she did.
But
you understand? And in fact, the act
according to the president for ASA yesterday, say the ministry or the minister not go and ask the admin on the university.
Well, I
say when I just act on my own.
Well, I actually listen that as a president, and it's the kind of say it's so yesterday, which is not true.
So any tangible documents that show say the admin at the university actually, tell una say A, B, and C as you just mentioned.
Yeah, the registrar say now by understanding. The minutes of the court, they tell you that. They say that by understanding that it was rotational. It's there. You understand? So they say, in fact, now the minister, now he call the chancellor, now he ask them, say, what do we do in this circumstance? So, but you want to know, say, the Universities Act of 2021 makes provision in section 7, subsection 2D, that in the absence that in a situation like that, where a vacuum is created, it is the responsibility of the chancellor to make it go get consultation with the minister for the furtherance of the objective of the court. So we are expecting that the chancellor would have consulted the minister. Instead of consulting the minister, it was the other way around. Now the minister now even go to the chancellor.
Now where the minister don't inquire if pro chancellor they for take the place of the acting the vice chancellor. What can the ministry do in this case? Is it to appoint or ask the university for appoint pro-chancellor or acting vice-chancellor for the university, or the ministry gets the right for appoint? Which legal basis will I use for appoint acting vice-chancellor?
Well, I don't tell you say the minister actually get consultation with the chancellor. He say vice chancellor no dey. Now they take action for appoint the vice chancellor. So let me say
which legal basis
let me
the minister use for justify that appointment. Somebody go say if the vice chancellor no dey, the minister can go back ask the university court for appoint, but instead of into appointment. So in doing the appointment, make people ask on which legal basis.
All right. So now you see the argument of the university. They always focus on the Universities Act, but people for also understand that the University Act gets documents where big pass the act. You understand?
Who's document that?
The Constitution of Sierra Leone, when the parents document, a big pass the act. Yeah, that is the ground norm. So, if you look at section 62 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone of 1991, they tell you where any minister has been charged with the responsibility for any department of government, he shall exercise general direction and control. General direction and control over that department.
So that includes appointing of acting vice chancellor.
Now we supervise the Ministry of Technical, the universities at this country. So that is to say, the minister get right. If you don't see things are not working well, he get the responsibility for making go step in the ministry. We cannot just sit by and say no.
Somebody go say the minister for sure say he use all the avenues them. If it is not the work. If you don't ask the university court for appoint chancellor and pro chancellor, they're not able to appoint at all. He go use empower now for appoint. But just asking if this day no, then do the action.
No, we're not actually will go for acts. We believe say the university actually that's just when a big university don't take it don't have older than the oldest university in this country. If I don't actually say, not to we for tell university for do, the minister been say by court. There was no business appointment. We're not any business. But because they renege on their duty, on their responsibility, we come in. And they talk say we not get any legal basis. The ministry get legal basis. Why don't they say the constitution is bigger than that University Act? Where in section 62, which the minister use, you talk say we get that we can supervise, we get general control over the department and subject to such direction and control. The department shall be under the supervision of a permanent secretary. Of the permanent secretary whose office the public, which was the reason why the permanent secretary right that day for dissolve that post. So in section 62 also clear. You see, in the university, don't just focus your. If you are a researcher, we expect the people that are in university for research. You don't just limit your thought around the Universities Act. Go look at other statutes. The TC Act is there. The University Act is there. The Constitution, which is the parent document, is there. Look at them and look at all of those provisions before everybody can begin to say the minister not get any legal basis for doing what he do.
All right, you just mentioned about legal basis. On the other hand, the academic staff association say the minister no get rights, and with them base argument now that how president will appoint the minister, then the minister simply appoint somebody.
Now, also, this is interesting. If you take a look at even the appointment of the vice chancellor and principal, the substantive holder, this is not act no more, the substantive holder, would they actually appoint? There are provisions in the Universities Act, section 8, 1, and 3. They tell you how you appoint the substantive holder of that position. That after the search committee, the joint search committee of the commission, and a TEC and the court, they got for actually present the names of people to the minister. And their recommendation, and the minister got for recommend this person to chancellor, or make them appoint her as vice chancellor and principal. The same thing goes for the chancellor. That the minister, that the president shall appoint a chancellor on the advice of the minister. So that minister, even the chancellor, today, president want for appoint chancellor, or tomorrow, president want for appoint chancellor of that university, as it is in the Universities Act. Now, minister got for forward names to president, recommending them. Before ever president will say, okay, I'll appoint.
Continue for stay with me inside the program, Director of Higher Education and Minister of Technical and Higher Education. We'll come back to you. Would they go for a short break inside the program? Good morning, Salon, and continue the program after that.
When I go take your money and go. All some network problem. What's me go do now?
Go na any Salon Commercial Bank branch, kiosk or sub-agent them, all about na the country. Then get the money service business. You go able to take money where they send for you na MoneyGram, Western Union, Small World, and Ria Money, where they over 150 country them. With the Ria and Small World, this na for we brother and sister there where they oversee. Then can able send money direct na Salon Commercial Bank accounts. Na Salonia, like they one day we want bill us, or they one day we want kawaka or for support their family. Then they put money inside them bank accounts.
How for all this? Ubanda.
Easy, me brother. All you for do now for download the Rare and Small World app them and put your personal information them. Now you that. Member say you forget valid ID card and the correct code where the person send for you for go take you money.
I want send money from your uncle upline.
No worry. Salon Commercial Bank column Salon Link where the local transfer and Million Salon Commercial Bank money where anybody can go na any Salon Commercial Bank branch, kiosk, and then sub Salon Commercial Bank agents there. Any sign at the country, tell the teller say you send money upline. Then go do your transaction and give you code where you go send to your uncle, but your uncle forget valid ID card and the code where they give you, send them to them so it go take you money. Salon Commercial Bank, they look for agents them where they do money transfer for partner with them.
Waiting at the sub agent.
Sub agents na people that will get business. We want for do money transfer service for Salon Commercial Bank. This service will give you good commission. So go na Salon Commercial Bank and go register or call them na this number here 077-714-792. Then go talk to you. Fine one.
Salon Commercial Bank. Believe in value. When I go take money and go.
The program is still listening to now. Good morning, Salon. They can say from 98.1 FM. If you just join me. We talk to the Minister of Technical and Higher Education and also the Tertiary Education Commission, and we studio guest them, Emmanuel J. Momo Esquire, Director of Higher Education, Minister of Technical and Higher Education, and also inside the program we get Joseph Osoya. Then they explain their own side of the story, why the dissolution of the University Court and setting up of a special committee, as Emmanuel Jimomo don't explain, say that the constitution the minister used for dissolve the university courts, where according to them, then no the university courts thinks the education ministry thinks the constitution big past the university court and decide for user for dissolve the university court. Well, we come to Joseph Osoya, Executive Secretary, Tertiary Education Commission. As I mentioned earlier, this is an institution which was established by an act of parliament in 2001 for, among other things, them accredit higher institutions, them ensure quality higher education and advise government on things that we get for do with higher education. Good morning, Mr. Joseph Osoya, and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning.
You don't be quiet for a long time. They watch Mr. Momo, they make your own premise. From the TEC standpoint, what's in the justification on the dissolution of the university courts?
Well, of course, the TEC not get the mandate for the courts. Let's establish that premise in the first place. Right? But the TEC can advise, as we don't say, from Part 3, Section 7.1 of the Acts, we lay the premise itself for the establishment of the Tertiary Education Commission and some of its functions. And it make it very clear, say the object for which the commission is established, so among other things, is to advise government on tertiary education. That's exactly what we do as a commission. We advise can always be considered by government and taken, or if you so desire, not for taken, based upon whatever premise will be based on. So this particular matter is TEC, also last state and say, a member of the university court. No one for delving into what the director already done talking as to we reach to that particular point. The already ministry appoints an acting vice chancellor and principal. But waiting the TEC state, when that discussion been going on the university court, right? And even the TEC be make it very clear together with the legal people and saying one way thing no be ever happened was that no consultation have been come directly from the university court to the ministry. And the first meeting we've been getting in December on this particular issue, there was a resolution that the chancellor for get a meeting, a further consultation where he will decide as to whether them for meet the ministry. Right? All indication that meeting is like there was already a posture of the courts where we make it very clear that this position of the ministry will not accept them in any shape or form, right? And that within the court stay, the court supreme and the court in position sacrosanct. And even a meeting, the TEC was very clear, even in terms of the sensitivity of the position of the vice chancellor and principal, for say you cannot abandon that position or left that position for a whole year, considering the sensitive nature of the position. Had it been for the TEC at that particular time, the substantive vice chancellor and principal will for just don't say make it resign and move on, considering that it was not physically incapacitated, right? But we go for taking another appointment, and the university very strategic. We talk about the vice chancellor, principal, we can step in as deputy chair of court, we can head senate, and we get so many other issues. So fast forward 2024, it came very clearly that the meeting consultation with the minister, the court had a posture, and then of course subsequent meeting in which the court make the position very clear that then get the rights, and the ministry be don't prove them to the best of their ability that indeed, there was no minute for justify this appointment of court of a poor vice chancellor. And what he make the TEC convinced with the position of the ministry was the fact that in a meeting held on the 16th of January this year, right, the court again go back now and say then they can appoint a poor vice chancellor. We automatically presuppose that waiting the ministry been confronted with at the initial stage, say, court not be ever appointed pro vice chancellor was okay. So meaning at that initial point, that be the position of the court for saying, yes, at this initial stage, you not get a pro vice chancellor appointed by court, but let the ministry give you an opportunity for appoint one. And I don't feel so before they reach to this particular point. But when you vehemently, right, you vehemently and categorically they take a push, have an internal arrangement, we have a pro vice chancellor, you don't get any evidence for substantiate that. So you own superior authorities and you own supervisory authorities. But all implication is like as if to say you the assert authority where you able to justify.
Now,
so just a minute, they cannot lose this point because waiting for become very clear at the initial point was for the university to say yes, will not be appointed pro-chancellor, the courts not be appointed, but we ask the ministry for give you an opportunity now for go to court and have that regularized, which was not done. But it was in so many minutes to the effect when the university they justify say there was a pro-vice chancellor on an internal arrangement basis, and there was no submission to the ministry for say give you an opportunity for appointed pro-vice chancellor. After which, then take that posture, we were invited by the highest lawmaking body in this country, in a parliament, right? For which the TC was also part of that meeting. At that meeting, both the university, the ministry, be ready and make their positions very clear. Parliament are the custodian of the making of laws. There's a Parliamentary Oversight Committee on Higher Education, right? I just set the premise under which the TC come into this, not to like every TC just come and take a decision. That meeting, Parliament on the 16th of January 2024, Parliament make a clear position where they see after all of the deliberations, they say they will communicate the outcome of the discussion, and which they did on the 18th in a resolution, a 6-point resolution, where they make very clearly on a clear roadmap for settle whatever impasse.
Now, quick one, clarification. The TEC therefore advise government on issue of higher education.
Absolutely.
Now, when I work with the Minister of Education,
what in institutions,
what thing will advise the Minister of Education and on the dissolution of the university courts? What thing will advise?
Yes, I can't do that. That's not the premise of the bill. Because I mean, for you just advise, you get for base you advise on certain premise. I don't tell you say we're gonna court. And it was evidently clear at the court meeting that there was no proof of evidence for justify say there was an appointed pro-vice chancellor by the court, right? And the expectation of TC at that particular point was for the court to say, can the ministry give us the time to go back to the drawing board and have this position? But the posture was very clear on the part of the university court to say, and then a record where the TC representative will make and say, TC not be a party of this particular discussion. Right? It didn't at the meeting, it didn't at the minutes. So when we come to the Parliamentary Oversight Committee now, right? Take and say the university could not listen to waiting TC advice, right? We come to the Parliamentary Oversight Committee on Tertiary and Higher Education. We call all parties present. Then they discuss, the minister making premise, the university chancellor making premise, Parliament look at and say, now we make the laws here. I think the road where the ministry don't go, right, we come up with a clear roadmap. And there was a 6-point resolution, among which resolution one, they uphold, Parliament uphold the decision of the ministry. Parliament coming with a 6-month roadmap for say, the acting vice chancellor appointed by the ministry for stay for 6 months, for which period a substantive vice chancellor through a search and appointments committee for be constituted, and all of the ramifications shall be done. We'll get a copy of that one day. We'll get a copy of that resolution.
We're not a member of the university court.
Of course, we are a member of the university
court.
Then
una recommend for dissolve the court una the part of. Is that the case?
Yeah, we get a regulatory mandate. If you there as a member of a court does not in any way otherwise function, because they provide a regulatory and supervisory role of the university. Let me make that very clearly. And that's I think some people they misconstrue now, because I hear someone on talk say, oh, if the TC get let make an article, the TC even gets a power under a regulation for close a university. Let me make that very clear. So you can't say because it is the sit in a court does not get a mandate, because I don't hear other speakers of the TC.
Because the argument that you TC the part of the problem and now the church again.
No, being a member of the court does not make you a problem. You can get a dissenting view to waiting people you see, right? And as part of the functions, I don't tell you already, if we get powers to the extent for suspend, for revoke accreditation, we get also power for advise government, right? He left to government for say, waiting the TC advice, yes, we could take them or not. As I don't tell you, see, take TC out of the equation now, right? Take TC out of the equation. It goes beyond TC now. It goes to the Parliamentary Oversight Committee with a 6-point resolution, upholding, right, the decision of the ministry, coming a way forward with waiting a search and appointments committee, having respected the acting vice chancellor and principal for the day for 6 months, right? So if they don't come with Danny now, then the last point will be everybody will be a total contempt of Parliament. You get me? After that, they waiting happy. They got someone another meeting. And another meeting, they now, when they go, the 24th, then take a decision, say, no, the previous meeting where the court don't agree on in retroactive for appoint a pro vice chancellor, then they stand on that decision, then they uphold that decision, and that they know they recognize the decision of the ministry. So meaning you don't breach the authority of the ministry, you don't breach the authority and recommendation of TC in the court, you don't breach the Parliamentary Oversight Committee of Higher and Technical Education. So all of them we have culminated, then it is okay, then we need to make a position to the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education. On the basis of that, then the TC recommend sanction to the courts. Sanction can be anyway.
So you think say the decision where the ministry take for scatter the courts now the best action from the TC angle?
Absolutely. The TC definitely will say when you get a university court, we don't violate the authority of the ministry. You don't take the ministry out of it. You go to the lawmaking body, when the legislature, when the highest body making, when Parliament, then serve the resolution, you blatantly violate, you contempt Parliament, right? You can't do the advice of the TC, you go against them. Then, of course, the sanction, right? TC not explicitly say close, dissolve the court, but the sanction when the ministry look at the magnitude of the crime and say, yes, of course, the TC definitely support the decision of the ministry on that basis.
All right. One thing again, where the president of ASA said yesterday, that nothing so far not in the University Act we mention acting vice chancellor. So the decision again where the ministry take from the TC angle, una aware of any provision of the act we say the ministry supposed to appoint act vice chancellor?
The director already don't tell you say it don't go to the ground of the constitution. And I just want to give you series of precedents, right? Even the substantive vice chancellor they talk about now was appointed by the ministry. If I think the president of us have been something not even talk that one.
So now the right
the substantive. I'm coming. Right, you're talking about precedents. Right, they talk about rotational. They talk about understanding. The precedent was the substantive vice chancellor was appointed by the ministry. The DVC in question was also appointed by the ministry. At that particular time, there was no answer for coming to say what the ministry be doing not being correct. You understand what I'm saying? Was at least now they use the advantage. When you catch you disadvantage, you want to talk say no. When Professor Malamu, they come back to statistics when he left Jala University, a whole retired vice chancellor and principal was placed as acting. And until it's a quick fix, right? It's a quick fix. It's a 6-month transition period for which, for let the activities of the university not stall, I think, but the powers of the supervisory ministry, because mind you, anything will go clash now at that level, when they go to cabinet, that the minister.
Question you just mentioned in a precedent that's not happened over the past year. Now, so the law say.
The law states it. I will not make a clarity, right? When you don't get a vice chancellor and principal, you forget a pro vice chancellor and principal, right? Waiting a situation where a pro vice chancellor and principal not there movements, and then the university they insist for deceive the supervisory authority for talk, so we have one. Then the supervisory authority will therefore go beyond and take a decision, a radical decision for ensure say regularize things.
Una continue for the with they come back. We continue for look at this issue of dissolution of the university courts and setting up of the special committee we don't come up with the new recommendations. Then we discuss that recommendation inside the program. We go for a short break. We continue the program. Good morning, Salon.
UTB, Union Trust Bank, the game changer don't come. As we the lead, others they follow. And just with your mobile phone, you will transfer and receive money with ease, speed, and safety. UTB don't make it possible for collect money na ATM machine without the ATM card. Now that we call cardless ATM. You, the UTB customer, go send money to anybody and the person can collect the money na any UTB ATM panel without any ATM card. All it can do now for just enter the reference code and collect the money. The UTB copper in safe day. With this UTB copper, the UTB customer can transfer copper with a mobile phone to anybody up to 5 billion loans. And with the reference code, the person can go to any UTB branch and collect the copper. Union Trust Bank, we there for you.
EcoBank, they proudly bring to you the AFCON Bomber promotion. Inside the gladdy of the game, they make the zeal of banking. Who that's ready for win big money? I tell you about 50,000 Leons cash. For win, all you need to do as a customer, now for deposit 5,000 Leons or more, now your accounts. If you're not customer, no worry. Visit EcoBank branch now. Open your accounts with 5,000 Leons or more. If you use the mobile app or USSD or get debit card, listen, do transaction with past 2,000 Leons. After you first deposit the transaction, you qualify once them for win. EcoBank thinks them for free. Oh yes, and you enter the grand draw once them and stand the chance for win 50,000 Leons. Now EcoBank, we believe for make banking easy and sweet. Join the celebration. Any transaction you do, you get closer for win 50,000 Leons. Hurry now. Party no wasted. No miss the life-changing opportunity. Score your goal and better your future with EcoBank. Visit your nearest EcoBank branch today. Mind you, EcoBank now the official retail bank sponsor of the African Cup of Nations 2023. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
The program Good Morning Saloon will come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Inside the program, we they take other issues inside the program. Usai this BNTM, the Eastern Lions Executive may announce the development plan for the Trade Center field, where this according to the chairman for the Eastern Lions Football Club, Anthony Navo Jr. Inside the next 3 weeks, they will fix the artificial turf at the Trade Center as way for improve the playing facility for host the Eastern Lions Premier League game there. Well, Sakama gets more in Guna reports.
Presently, they na the trade center where the playing ground for the Eastern Lions Football Club. But as the club made don't announce, say they want to upgrade this field by the way they will put artificial turf as the first phase of them three-way projects. Where later they will build pavilion and other facilities. Them that after the first round of the Salon Premier League, work don't start na the ground now as they now the Eastern Lions playing field now. We say a day I see truck park and also see machine when a caterpillar and I see red dotty all over the place. From a far end by the goal post, I see consignment. But talk to the chairman of the club. I will talk to the engineer in charge of the construction projects na trade center. Now we're going through this himself.
Engineer Kef Kamara, we work in a gentle group of companies, CLO Limited. We did trade center. We try for prepare the surface for the artificial turf. This project we don't begin on since last year. As we all know, people were familiar with trade center before, how they be rocky. With the help of we boss, then we as a team with the machine them, we can remove all the rocks them within the day. We try for smooth. So now the second phase day on, we prepare the surface for the artificial turf. As you see now, if you can last week, you will see say na sandos within the beach. Now we don't come with laterite, we don't spread down, compact them. We will prepare the surface, final one, where we prepare for the turf.
When the chairman for Eastern Lions been say these projects they complete in the next 2 to 3 weeks, people deny or people get mixed feeling whether or not it could be a very guarantee work for put artificial turf 2 to 3 weeks. As an engineer, how possible that could be?
It's possible because Mr. Navo, when the chairman of Eastern Lions, his own name, I don't know where no Sabia, where they know they close to him can doubt what they say. I guarantee, I give me word say, as long as EB don't say this stuff will complete within 2 to 3 weeks, we dey on them and we dey push. As you see now, the machines then they are now and they slip to the back. For the past 3 days, now the water bouncer, the grader and the compactor then they are. So we dey push.
Okay, as you don't get from Engineer Kef, then they do the first phase of the artificial project na trade center. I'm to the chairman for Eastern Lions Football Club, Anthony Nabo Jr. Hello and welcome to Democracy Radio.
Thank you very much, Musa.
Some time back or 2 weeks back, I've been getting you online where you do talk about this project. Say as soon as the first round of the Salon Premier League end, they start. And today we then at the field now. We say the engineer don't explain the process we they don't undergo so far. What's next after this project, after this phase here? So we did do so.
Thank you very much. So the entire period of this work now between 2 to 3 weeks, like I've been mentioned. So you get two sets of contractors. You get the civil engineer, them when agent group, the lead engineer you just talked to. When I then carry them big machine here for prepare the ground, work on the drainage, divert the water, and do all the alpha work. We then done because we done the program for a couple of days now. Then they carry dirty, works them, and prepare the ground. We then done. Then they hand over to the Chinese. We now the company where we order the turf from. Then they are now then done the work all then this year. Then they direct the civil engineers them how for prepare the ground, also for high, also for low. And we then done then they hand over the fee to the Chinese then now where they can spread the turf, where at the final stage where you can do the artificial turf.
It's possible for do all the work here in 2 to 3 weeks before the second round of the Salon Premier League.
We got that work them, don't not get me wrong, where they continue. That is the work for pavilions, the work for the perimeter fence, the work for the floodlights and all the other adjustments around the field. Then they get for the go on. But it's very urgent for we forget the artificial turf done so that we team go come back for play for the second round.
For the second round, this field good already for play. Somebody they listen go like for know how much the cost is announced.
No one will give specific figure, but obviously the artificial turf is about $150,000. The ready-made pavilion we want for install, it's about $200 and something thousand. You put down there and put so many other artwork where they go. It's over $500,000 for a start, but you get to spend more than that as you go.
This ready-made pavilion before the second round starts?
Well, it's not possible for let you fix the pavilion before the second round starts, but in the next couple of months, it got already because we don't order them. In fact, we get a good friend, another colleague, now this football industry we now two we pass. We don't do them before for sure. We the road on now forget we own. So thanks to them, but with that time they come, we go talk about that. But yes, getting the pavilion, you also get separate contractors that we get for flying. Because now something like prefab, they can't fix them. The civil engineers then from Gentle Group go prepare the foundation of the pavilion, and then you will just can't fix them. But all down the deep and the different phases of the project. So fans, we not only the Gilna a proper feel, but by the special grace of God, will they win the league or will they win the FA?
Chairman for East Lions Football Club, Anthony Namo Jr., they talk about them field projects. They go on now. We, according to them, then go complete them before the second round of the Salon Premier League in the next 2 to 3 weeks. As you say, the civil engineers then from the Gentle Group of company, they work now on the field, and after that, then go hand over to the Chinese company. We they in Salon now. We said they order the carpet grass from, and then go start work as soon as the Gentle Group of company hand over the field to them. Well, from the trade center, now the eastern parts now Freetown for the Society for Radio Democracy. Musa Kamara, name. Well, the program is still listening to our Good Morning Salon where they come to you from Society for the Democracy 90.1 FM. And still now the studio, we get with studio guests them. We get the Director of Higher Education at the Minister of Higher and Technical Education. We now the studio with we, and also we get the Executive Secretary from the Tertiary Education Commission, the all in at the studio on the dissolution of the University Court and appointment of special committee. But earlier, the Director of Higher Education, now the Minister of Technical Education, Emmanuel J. Momo Esquire, say the justification where the minister used for dissolve the University Court and appoint a special committee now in reference to the constitution of Salon, we then use as against the university court. We say the constitution there above the university court. But of course, we don't get different advocates, then we don't take central position in discussion of this. And yesterday we get one of them at the studio, the Chief Executive Campaign for Human Rights and Development International, Chadi Abdul Fatoma. They're online now as they listen to the program, and he get position on the statement and the issue where the Director of Higher Education say now the Constitution of Salon they use for dissolve the university court. Hello, good morning, Fatoma. Welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning, Musa, and good morning, listeners.
I just give brief background and making reference to the position of the Minister of Education, according to the Director of Higher Education, say now the Constitution of Salon they use for dissolve the university court and set up special committee. Now, one way you don't get interest in. What's in your position on this?
I actually want to know the specific provision inside with national constitution where the ministry rely on this money. But since the time they enter into this conversation, they never make that constitutional provision as a sole vehicle for travel with for land a legal destination. But however, they have been onboarding in an illegal vehicle. First, this is not a very ministry. The minister say the TEC advised them under the TEC Act 7, and Section 7, where in Section 7(2)(f), when I give them the power for let them go ahead for dissolve. So he knew that say the education ministry, the higher education ministry, continue for be consistent in this matter, continue for be deliberately the lie and deceive the people of this country on a straightforward situation. The institution clearly know, and the representation there clearly know that say an error has been done, a mistake has been done. What needs to be done, now let them face up as a human being for actually accept this error and move along with the process. It knows that deliberately what they do, it is against the rule of law. When then they appoint the Section 8(5) of the University Act, we don't get any BRE with regards to what they say. If you think about within Section 60, 61 say any act, any constitution or any act that the president get the prerogatives for fire. So if you been the fire, you say as directed by the president. When president they appoint people, not the president itself they appoint, right? We get the secretary to president when Inkin put out that letter and say as directed by the president. That's constitution. But here is a ministry keep on telling the people of this country, we have them on paper, we have them on video that say the Tertiary Commission Act gives them the provision for dissolved. And when they appoint on the last letter where we get, where they appoint this last illegal chancellor, what did they say? They say the Court Act, Section 8(5), but they not say the Constitution. It's sad, it's disappointing that we have people supposedly to be educated or who are educated are deliberately presenting false misinformation, disinformation to the people of this country. It's a mockery. Thousands of people are waiting. Their future depends on this decision. And we have people who are toying with this decision. I mean, I just want to let it tell you clearly the constitutional bearing we're given that mandate, and why for this far too long they don't keep them. It's sad that we're not there at the studio, like where them be invite them and not the cat. But it's good that I give this opportunity, we're able for challenge. But over the phone, we cannot be continuing like oh for be done at the studio. But we actually want to see which constitutional provision when in bearing, where it lay, to the people of this country this morning. We're not to the Secretary of the secretary to president make that pronouncement. Every other appointment, for the fact that it come out through the secretary the secretary to president, where say, as advice, or the president say, if the president not appoint this person, it's very clear. Nobody don't go test that. It's not the constitution. The president get the power for hire and fire. They say to any act of parliament or the constitution.
That's now the Chief Executive Campaign for Human Rights and Development International, where they follow the program and get in position on the statement of the Director of Higher Education, Mr. Momo Wesi. The Constitution of Salon they use for the dissolution of the university court and appointment of a special committee. You just don't listen to somebody we advocates, don't they advocate for this issue, say. The Constitution we refer to not justiciable for the action we will do.
Thank you very much. I don't listen to Mr. Fatoma. Of course, if they make mention of Section 61 of the Constitution, one or ever make mention of Section 61.
It not being clear on the section we use.
Well, at the end, if it actually make mention of Section 61, the reason why, well, we don't deem necessary say for come like this place here, because yesterday a lot of misinformation. Mr. Fatoma misinformed the public.
Like on which basis? Like on waiting the misinformed.
You know, they get any basis because it talks say the minister rely on Section 8, Section 8(5) of the Universities Act. Appoint the acting vice.
If we have been they follow the program, why not call that time immediately because in back be there at the studio at the moment.
So I know they just call again for actually be a management decision for make me. The car they can assume we listen them, and it was a management decision that I have to come.
So yes, a management decision.
So now if we talk say we don't appoint acting vice chancellor relying on Section 8(5), that's wrong. You see, when you do not understand the situation, come and ask. Mr. Fatoma not ever take time for kind of the ministry. He just listen to waiting people that don't tell him outside or the university don't tell him. Now they can come to the ministry and we own side of the story. You're not civil society activist. But yesterday, it was rather unfortunate. Mr. Fatoma Sidonaya, they use some unprintable words, against the ministry. Where will not be the cautious?
So now we come to the issue. Now we look into the issue and not focus on individual.
Section 8(5) actually it talk about the substantive holder of that position, of the vice chancellor and principal, which is why we say, okay, let the acting vice chancellor is appointed. You understand? Until the substantive order of that position is appointed, rely on Section 8 of Section 5 of the university. Even as the search committee don't wait them for you don't interview, you don't get the people, they bring back those names to the minister, and the minister now they recommend that person to chancellor for appointment. You understand? So they talk say which I don't talk the basis. The TC man don't talk the lapses of the university will lead to the dissolution of this court, and they don't prefer remedies. What to for do? You understand? So they argue say we not get any legal basis, and I don't make mention of the constitution of Sierra Leone, Act number 5 of Act number 6 of 1991. Make reference to Section 62. It talks say where any minister has been charged with the responsibility for any department of government shall exercise general direction and control over that department. The Ministry of Agriculture does supervise University of Sierra Leone. No, the
general control is it to ask the university court for appoint the acting vice chancellor and do the needful, or the ministry name for go ahead and do appointments.
The minister don't say things are going bad at that university day. Now we responsibility as a minister for come in for actually correct the situation.
Correcting the situation.
Because the minister go for what's done cabinet. Now in the go for act.
Una role is it supervision of the university or tertiary education system, or una for take part in the running of the institution?
We don't take part in the running of the institution. I made mention of the fact that if the university will not actually perform their duty, they play the role actually for appoint the university court, for appoint the pro vice chancellor. The ministry had no business appointing an acting vice chancellor. I don't make this clear. Initially, I make mention of this. Yeah. So I don't say because of this, because they don't perform their duty, their role. And what you say, this student, it will affect the students them. It will affect the parents them. Now, so from what they done last year, some of them we don't advertise but put scholarship, international scholarship. Therefore, don't can't instrument for can't interview, but because you know better original, you know can. Okay. So they disadvantage the student. So which is the reason why the ministry go for casting.
So this action when
anything go bad, now the ministry they go ask.
So this action when I don't take so go make them graduate.
Well, yes, we are working towards that. Yesterday, when the acting vice chancellor went to assume office on Monday, a lot of progress has been made. In fact, they don't sign, but who results them? We get the publish today. It was called the VCP. Now they give approval. So it don't sign them, and the registrar don't sign. Today they publish, but who results them? By Friday, before Friday, a lot of maybe 100% of them results without problem, and we are up and we'll be settled for the graduation. You understand? They talked to the registrar, the acting registrar yesterday. Even the processes leading to the change of signatories, all of that is at an advanced stage. They don't actually do that. The change of signatories, and that kind of thing. So, I mean, you never actually left for it until the appointment of the substantive holder, therefore, is a process.
But according to the president for ASA yesterday, anything that we just explained, they on progress for signing results by Friday, then we don't publish. These are all challenges right now with the university not able to. So if you say challenges, then they for Leona process some of them results, then now you say they don't sign and by Friday.
Now they tell you. They talked to the acting registrar yesterday as to what they happen. They tell me say a lot of the results they don't sign. They don't sign and go publish them today. Okay, you see, and once results are published, then the university go ready for organize the graduation ceremony for students.
All right, on that particular issue, where you say, but again, the reason we make the ministry can sign and appoint somebody that politics on the university.
No, well, that's the opinion of that person there. But me no say and the president. When I hear opinion, but me no say not to politics. I cannot argue on opinion. I argue on fact. You understand? So if we don't actually talk, say these people, we supervise them. When you ask the registrar of Eastern Technical University, do you have a pro vice chancellor? He said yes, they have a pro vice chancellor. A baby university. And I asked EBK and it's by Proma University, the chancellor, the vice chancellor, do you have a pro vice chancellor? He said yes, they have a pro vice. I asked MMT Mitima guy, do you have a pro vice chancellor? I said yes, they have a pro vice chancellor. So what's wrong University of Sweden with pro vice chancellor?
No, Mr. Momo, if they approve their result, they don't sign their result there. So we according to the University Act, University Court name for approved results them. Without the University Court, would I go for approved the result here? So we una decide.
Fine, that's a very good question. The vice chancellor, we don't get the vice chancellor and principal. When I am the chief academic and administrative head of the university, he's the operational man.
They take the place of the University Court. Is that the case?
Before ever that result, then they come to court. They go for go through Senate. Senate go for look at them. They go for approve, they go for look at them, they present them, and what are the senators? Therefore, no say section 17, subsection 1 of the Universities Act make provision for senators. What are the senators? You get the pro vice chancellor, you get the DVC, you get the direction of institute, you get the deans of faculty, you get the heads of department, you get professors, you get librarians. All professors of the university are automatically members of Senate. So if all of those ones they don't present the result then, they don't look at them, they don't consider them, they don't approve them. The vice chancellor and principal, when they are the chairman of Senate, the acting they tell approval. Now if you give approval, then it can also take administrative decision for approve them results.
So basically,
it can be ratified. Those results can be ratified by court.
So basically, how would they ratify where students get the result then now?
No. Now just a matter of formality. You don't ratify. You don't go to Senate. You don't go to Senate for.
So basically, they say the university they would approve budgets now. Now the university as a president, they say then they can challenge them for approved budgets and all that things. Would they do that now?
You get this. I don't tell you say that change of signatories and you get the acting finance director, you get the acting registrar, we gotta get the VCNP. So all of those ones, then they can approve budgets, and then for the operationalization of the university.
Okay.
So in the university, when you don't talk, say the vice chancellor, when I did the operational man a day on seat, it can ratify the result, it can approve the result, and later ratified by the university court. So the idea of telling students that when they can't get degree, we know it. Not lie. I mean, I'm sorry, that's not fact.
Okay, so continue for stay with me. We still get the TEC man at the studio, Mr. Josephus. But quick, we go online and join Dr. Abdullah Kebawa, President Academic Staff Association. We insert the program, say one clarification quickly. Hello, good morning and welcome to the program, Mr. Bawa. Dr. Bawa, and welcome to the program. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, yesterday we've been getting at the studio. You make your point, but today they follow the program and say you get some few clarifications. Them, of course, the production team can deem say them for give you the space for respond to anything we perhaps go against the person or you want make your input into the program. What's your position so far?
Well, I don't listen the program. The consistent misrepresentation of the facts where the ministry representative and EJ Momo they misinform the public about our for clear. There is no provision for say University of Sierra Leone, now a department under Ministry of Education. They'll establish that fact. Now department will they get policies for department, but will not they get an act for a department. So university not a department under. So that relevant sections where the codes that the constitution make any sense, relevant to this situation. That's one. Then it talks say they rely on section 8.5. I want that saying a lawyer. Section 8.5 clearly states if the vice chancellor and principal not there in position for performing duty, the pro vice chancellor then they step in. I don't know which school of thought talks say which school of thought talks say that provision are for appoint. That means I don't know which English way do they study we make that provision there because I don't ever know say that the interpretation of that section down there. Then 3 it talks say then they get change of signature, then the vice chancellor and principal don't.
Yes, Mr. Dr. Bawa, quick one. Now we focus on the issue than individual, and they protect we studio guests them. As a caution, INSEF just now on his statement against Fatoma, like any other guest, we protect them, and we no go allow anybody use any language on you. Just make your point without attack on personality. Go ahead.
No. The point I want to make is. You say, then they sign results, then they change signatures, then the VC, the registrar, and then they sign results. The University Act clearly states that only courts then they approve results. Not of vice chancellor, no more decision office approve results and then go congregate people there. It's inside the act. Let not make mockery of this document when at the state organ. When a parliament make them, because now something we're not in favor, so I will say this thing is wrong. Let tread on the right path. The university clearly states on how results they go through courts before then come into the congregate stage, and only the chancellor then get the mandate, and the vice chancellor and principal substantive then get the mandate for signing, then check the data. It's nothing like acting in the act. So let them not misinform the public. It says that section 8.5 clearly states if the vice chancellor not the and the pro vice chancellor. There is nothing like acting. It's use section 62 of the constitution. Section 62 of the constitution says supervise and control. Supervise and control means an appointment for do. What if it wrong if they before advice we say that advice role for play? Therefore advice say when I know the pro vice chancellor when I appoint one. Okay. The chancellor they say they not get pro vice chancellor. The chancellor say let the court appoint one. The court appoint one. They send out to the back. They say they not agree. So we say they want let the court stand.
Thank you very much for your contribution into the program, Dr. Abdullah K. Bawa, and the President for the Academic Staff Association. The program, now Good Morning Salon, we come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. We go, before we go for one of our headline stories, them quick at the to the representative from the Tertiary Education Commission, we they for advice on issues we get for do with higher education at the country. You don't listen to the arguments from different angles, you don't observe keenly. Wasn't I taking all of this?
Yes, you know, when situation like this, you know, people they come with two different mindsets and perception, right? Waiting to establish first night today, we're clear that this congregation, which slated for April, was already approved by the then courts. It was not as a result of the dissolution, make a day to April. I think that's very clear. That the courts will make them very clear. So now, when they talk about a congregation within April, we get a resolution, a committee where they work on things. Now, not prejudice some of the decisions they will for come. There's a possibility. There's a possibility that a new court will have been reconstituted before April. There's a possibility that a new chancellor, based upon this act can possibly and getting things ratified. I just come in, I just preempt. So don't wait until the time for graduation come. You say, okay, they bridge this, then bridge that, and no bridge that. No, and
una the advice. Una the advice.
Exactly.
So we therefore look at all on education. Quickly, and we see the dissolution of the university courts and the setting up of special committee for doing the work of the university courts. Where according to this committee, waiting we don't gather so far, don't advise the Minister of Education on then your limits for Saga then work at the university and for replace the university courts. Now, you think if then dissolve or after the dissolution of the university court, now for set up a special committee now for reconstitute the university courts.
No, but even before you get for reconstitution of the court process, I want to establish that very clearly. Reconstitution of the court process, because mind you, recommendation therefore go to His Excellency for the Chancellor, His Excellency like policy, so much time. So there is already a committee in place where they take the activities of the university until a new court is reconstituted. So you know, go just like a can superimpose like for say today a new court for come. And I think I've been a part of the inaugural meeting of that committee, right? TC was also part of it, right? So some of the functions the way people make as if to say nothing is happening is not true, right? Because all of the DVCs are members of that committee. All of the DVCs they continue to perform the administrative functions as well as the academic functions at the moment. Let's fact very clearly that the university not they understand still. No, even as we talk now, there are timetables, draft timetables already for exams. We already did. The DVCs then get responsibility for disburse certain funds for the respective campuses, therefore keep them going, right? The committee don't make suggestions in terms of finances until a new court is constituted. And I make it very clear now, right? What they talk about some of these things. This parliament, what they talk about. The resolutions are very clear, Musa. Even yesterday, I went for the executive director. It misrepresents what in parliament states. Parliament has sent resolution. I can read very clearly and give me the opportunity.
Would they come to you back?
Not just not on policy. They're not only putting like a blatant disregard. Parliament say 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, uphold the acting. 2, ensure say within 6 months, right? The court for the reconstitute and get a search committee, and where possible, even get a vice chancellor in seat. So all of them things they are work in progress. You know, not talk as if to say nothing or they happen. And that the last part of this one, anybody will breach their resolution and I contempt. So you see, so it very explicitly clear, except that everyone for even begin discredit. We can period. You understand? So that one follow you understand.
Continue for the week inside the program, Mr. Sawyer. We take one of our headlines story, then we go talk to Emmanuel J. Momo Esquire. Now we take one of the story. Usai asked the Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Abbas Sherin Obundo, say the review of the toll gate tariff will only happen if the tariff data available for both government and China Railway 70 Group. The Director General of the National Roads Authority, the Sierra Leone Roads Authority Engineer Alfred Jalen Mahmoud, don't say the traffic data document we then get for CRSG, get plenty irregularities then. Well, from on this, make we join Chairman Ojalo.
But 8 years now, the government of Salon be entered into agreement with the China Railway Savings Group CRSG to build, operate, and transfer the road from Wellington to Masheka, on about 62-kilometer road, and will cost about 154 million United States dollar. Also, the company will operate this road for about 27 years, and later hand them over to government. 8 years ago, the company don't they collect different amounts of copper from Mutokadem where they use this road. As this now the way out of a pull back them copper, where they don't invest on this road according to the agreement. But this BNTM information will meet Salon people now that the company want for add pan the copper Mutokadem pay for use this road because the carry out fuel price don't go up and save the carry out dollar self don't go up. But this position by the company now I know plenty people not being gribbled to make Parliament don't get one engagement to command them at the Ministry of Works and Public Assets, CRSG, civil society organization member them, and other people for talk on the reason for the proposed increment. During this engagement, we in the talk, the Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Dr. Abbas Chengnobundu, say the reason for this engagement now because them as member of Parliament them want for hearing from all the player them before they take any decision as them go before this important point. We believe say both the government and the company for take to serious consideration before they make any adjustments.
The tariff can only be reviewed by the two parties to the agreement based on the traffic data. That traffic data is in possession of one of the parties. We would definitely want to know if the other party is now privy to that data, and if so, to what extent. Because a review can only happen if that data is available and available to both parties. So it is very critical that whatever adjustment needs to be made to tariff, it has to be based on data. Very scientific. According to the agreement, the criteria is very clear and simple. It has to be based on the data.
The speaker end up say, this is for only inform them on the traffic data, but for also inform the people of Salon on how far the government don't come for pay the loan. But this good traffic data, what the speaker they refer to, according to Bingo CRSG, they don't provide all documents them concerning that traffic data to the Sierra Leone Roads Authority, SLRA.
Since the beginning, the construction and tolling of this road, we have been submitting the reports, which contains the traffic data, the construction progress on a regular basis to the government authority, Sierra Leone Roads Authority. It means that this traffic data is not only possessed by us, it has been made available to the government authority. And also, I have submitted the traffic data to the Ministry of Works. And this traffic data is not prepared only by us. It is prepared jointly by our operating team and the representative of SLRA. SLRA have two operating representatives on site, one from the technical department, the other from the financial department.
As Bingo they say, they know the about document them here in and out to the Sierra Leone Roads Authority, SLRA. This now what the Director General, now the Sierra Leone Roads Authority, Alfred Momodu say, some of them documents here so get issue.
At the SLRA, of course, data has been coming in, but what we would like to say is the data is not comprehensive enough because it comes in different forms and sometimes very irregularly.
DG, data is provided by the CRSG. When you receive that data, what action do you normally take to verify that data? Are you just a repository of data from the party, or do you make an attempt to verify the authenticity of the data that you get?
Attempts have been made to work with them, but then it has not been very, very fruitful and consistent.
As the discussion for proper disclosure of financial audited reports, vehicular traffic, and other information them continue for comment from the public, this now why the Minister of Works and Public Assets, Dr. Dennis Sandy Pin, say not to all within inside this agreement for reach out to the public.
Mr. Speaker, we have to be careful when signing documents. Listen to what it says here. 3.5, the concessionee shall not be obliged to disclose any document in respect of which the concessionaire can claim legal privilege against the concessionaire. So imagine it's here that we are not supposed, even as a government, to disclose any document. Mr. Speaker, all members, this is a highly classified document. I repeat, this is a highly classified document. I'm so happy the Right Honorable Speaker is saying that we need to tread cautiously on this matter.
But with this statement from the minister, Senator Oltudin at this document, the public for no but make plenty people only wonder how public documents go get private citizens inside. But even with this confidential part of the agreement, the Minister of Works and Public Assets, Dr. Denis Sandi, say they will forget record for about 1 year traffic data.
Mr. Speaker, I'm pleased to inform this honorable House and our people that because of my approach of humility and respect to the Chinese, they have made available to us the best traffic data. What they have done now, my people, ladies and gentlemen, the CRSG, they've presented a traffic volume of toll gate for the entire year 2023. Mr. Speaker, I'm pleased to announce here that for the total number of vehicles that crossed those 3 toll gates in 2023 was 9,804,365.
After then, different positions also from different people who will make statements inside this engagement. The speaker, Dr. Abbas Cheng Nobundu, end up assure Salon people say by the next sitting this Thursday, he will give word to Salon people. For the Society for Radio Democracy, me, Nacheng Nojalo. The report.
Good morning, Salon. We can say from 98.1 FM from that report. The producers need a signatory for 10 minutes to the program. We can to the Director of Higher Education. We from the Minister of Higher and Technical Education, when Mr. Momo said the program Esquire, he don't make you a point, but somebody now page say now only the university courts get right for signed results. Them now graduation at the end. Graduation at April this year. How soon will we constitute the university courts for ensuring they rectify their results here? So, but before we respond to that, quick, we'll go for walkabouts.
Everybody can about people out there, they African people now. Anybody they take coal mine. Because long term, I will video say, now waiting self no more. But I like this thing with the bishop. It's got fitting goes serious. They don't serious. They don't mind on and businessman. If not lie, I work no more. I say accident no more. The people who then police for them go to Canada. The business of businessman. I say 1 minute of silence, man, for all the people that we don't say, push business, na big business, na the country, man. I say a minute of silence for all the people that we don't say, this is the works business, na die go pull and then go die, man. I say, and then we take from minor serious and this set and works business, you know. You know, mind you, then you work this box go, one ready to be shown mix. I say, going upon going. At the end, then they reading at the plane for the bunny, they all the thing and come and say, wait, then check the 10 machine, 10 box machine. Minute of finance that I will go, I tell the body by them. I will treat people, I think I will be going, that's how the Canada spread of Canada, the country. Government, yes, the Canada round and have the planning for making us business. it will make some mindset them begin go out of business. I say, they go to my and I progress the deal. Get this price formula, no. Nine that to now the set. What's that one day? You know they talk doing nothing. It's all like say, put no more, plastic no more. I say, welcome to Salon Sport. Salon Football Sport. I say, we player go buy now. We buy players of this team, say no, now we get them. I say, Africa Lion, Eastern Lion too. I say, who's who? Me, I don't know what about.
The program now, Good Morning Saloon. We round up the program now. Mr. J. Momo, I ask you a question just now, and that would round up statement, a message of assurance, because there's a belief that graduation not going to take place, and the university already they postponed them programs then now as the matriculation postponed. And according to saying that the university is trained right now without nobody know for approved budget. What's in that way for?
Now, I tell you, say, possibly now approve the budget. You understand? We get the vice chancellor and principal. They don't begin work, as I tell you, on Monday. But let me also make a point here that the people then, that the as I tell you now initially, that Senate then are the highest academic decision-making body in the university.
Not to the courts again.
No, I said academic. Courts are the highest administrative decision-making body in the university. Why Senate are the highest academic decision-making body in the university? You understand? But you will understand it too. Right? And that Senate is headed by the Vice Chancellor and Principal.
If the university courts are the highest decision-making body in the university,
administrative,
it means that even administrative, they under the mandate. That's not the case.
Now, before ever result go to court, Senate will don't look at it, don't approve it. Now, look at what the act they say. Now, section 18, subsection D, they say the Senate now they authorize the granting of degrees, diplomas, certificates, and other academic awards. You understand? And Senate responsibility that, and the vice chancellor and principal, they are the chairman of that thing. So if they don't look at it, I don't what they call. If you say, I don't really see any reason why people they talk say that. But let me come to this. The ASA where they talk, ASA really get the mandate. The mandate now for actually cater for the welfare of their colleagues. Not for actually can begin to talk on administrative issue. Yesterday was a derogatory statement where Dr. Barcelona they talk say, in fact, the vice chancellor is from his village, they go pick and that kind of come on, University of Jala University. Right. He says somebody don't rise to the level of professor. Then they say from his village. That's derogatory, it's not done. Now, as I sit here, yes.
Any plans there for reverse this decision with the ministry will take for scatter the court process and not back?
Yeah, we get for reconstitute the court. Well, it's a process that you don't hear from the TC possible says so. It's a process. In fact, that was what we told the committee that we not function actually enough for just come look at the for oversee the activity of the university and forget this the court reconstitute immediate effect. And that was what the chairman, the chairlady told the meeting at the inaugural meeting. You understand? So that was misinterpreted yesterday also by Dr. Ba. I say, where the chairman say, you're not able, like, the work, don't let them go to. And I come on, the child did not ever say so. You understand? So, in fact, Dr. Bauer was cautioned yesterday by ASA that he is misrepresenting them, that he should not be even talking on behalf of ASA. He was cautioned, and I want to believe he's going to be impeached.
No. That's we not get the facts to that. We not get the fact to that statement today. Anyway, so as a caution, Dr. Bauer, we caution yourself not for use personal. We address issues. Can't to justify quickly. What's the way forward quickly?
Of course, the way forward, there is already a roadmap, right? As I say, and I like for delve into issues with specification. We don't talk to the ministry, advise the ministry. The Parliamentary Oversight Committee, the roadmap was very clear, right? We work with that. Now the committee already part of the agreement don't be constituted. So there are plans on the way. There's an acting vice chancellor on the seats right now. So maybe even the 3 or 4 months period they talk about, all of these things maybe don't even settle before that. So it's just about giving time, let everything move on. We have like a sanity at the university going forward.
Let's thank you guys for joining us inside the program. Because we just listened to the executive secretary for TEC, Joseph Osoya, and Simus inside the program we get the director of higher education, Emmanuel J. Momo Esquire. And so they had a look at issues that we get for do with the university. Well, I go to the portion of the program. Good morning, Salon. We come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Plenty thank you to Fabia Mangiman who put the program together. Plenty thank you to you, Abdul Gillen, DJ Keman, Fatmata Samura, and Adeyemi Jackson. Make us see live on Facebook. So till we meet for another John Ministman Kamara.
And Musa Kamadesi, have a wonderful day.
Whether you know Bua Seke, Muslim or Christian, we the link power self. One line a true by the green, white and blue. We identify we self. So make the politics and make us fight yourself. No make we like to say. Salon now we own, make we own self. Oh, the answer na unity, justice and equality. You go only harvest the seed you sow. You plant rest when I rest go grow. The answer na unity, justice and equality. You go only harvest the seed you sow. If you plant rest when I rest go grow. Waiting left where we not see. We left a case to the Almighty, creator of destiny. Cause 9 degree makes something be. Cause anyone we can promise no delivery. Like fish now water them all slippery. So the best thing I can do for we, give we peace, freedom and unity. Cause this tribal one I got finish free. Ain't not too much for us for stability. And we ain't too much, really and nothing. Team for put a pots cause nothing or something. Democracy we want not for bad thing. For able talk about the good and bad thing. Make we not put we country and threats. And this we politics for on debt. Tribal war we all go regrets. And about precedents we the sex. Remember how we two for tongue fool. How we for pool we country pampo. The answer na unity, justice and equality. You go only harvest the seed you sow. If you plant rest when I rest go grow. The answer na unity, justice and equality. You go only harvest the seed you sow. If you plant rest when I rest go grow. Make we embrace democracy. Make we left for the demo when they act crazy. All hands on deck, make we get busy. Make we picking them left for sleep angry. Government for open to criticism. Opposition criticize constructively. Make we left this selfish and greed. Make we left for make we country. All man a salon for the territorial water. Always they knock the peace patter. Remember say no man no water. But so we dog and cat. Whether you come out from the northern or the southern part. So then we left for bread mats. Now then they drink, but now we the chart. The answer na unity, justice and equality. You go only harvest the seed you sow. If you plant rest when I rest go grow. The answer na unity, justice and equality. You go only harvest the seed you sow. If you plant rest when I rest go grow. Make we all team up stronger one for peace inside Mama Salon. Because if peace no there, development no go come. And also for the Allah peace no more. About with sincerity and commitment towards this peace. Because thing then day we go make peace in any country all water. We forget equal right for all, freedom and justice for all, fair treatment for all. Irrespective of tribe, region, religion, or political affiliation. Respect for the rule of law. Then, we for observe and respect to people and fundamental human rights. Above all, We for tina stronger one for kick pogo na do and make life easy for people them. Because any side we angry day, one matter for today. But to do ya, make we not lose hope. Make it always say, the road to success always they under construction. God is slow, but it's sure.